a lot of players tend to go towards that, bring the best decks, because overall that just strategy just works. Having an 85% win rate against a single deck with 3 decks has been impossible throughout much of Hearthstone's history.
Right.
There have been very few occasions where it's been the case where you can build a target lineup and consistently win if your other 2 decks are conceding most other matchups, which is sort of the case for Ghost, specifically against Odyssey's lineup. But we are going to get to see some fun.
And this is a decent-looking opener. Drawing Deathwing, and therefore not being able to discount it, is a bit of a loss to his combo potential later on. But he has Jade Blossom into Curse Disciple on 3-4, which is very, very nice. It means he's super close to quest activation already. If he finds another Oaken Summons or the other... Sorry, if he finds a Oaken Summons or just the other Curse Disciple, he'll be almost all the way there. And there you see, even this deck has that weapon destruction on deck. But in this case, he's gone with the Corrosive Sludge. Of course, that fits the synergy of the deck and allows him to get a quest proc off of that as well.
Yeah, so we got to be keeping track of which minions Ghost draws before he gets that quest completed and plays Barnabas. If he draws too many of these combo pieces, specifically the activator pieces, is a big deal. Wow.
You just drop, yeah, I was going to say, you just drop Curse Disciple into this Doomsayer, right?
Get 2 pieces to his quest completion immediately. And as you mentioned, Ultimate Infestation, once Barnabas is played, is going to allow him to reload and pick up a bunch of 0-mana minions, theoretically. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mentioned that you know, Curse Disciple and Oaken Summons were really a potential activator for the Quest Druid being viable, but before that even, Ultimate Infestation coming into the game was what first started people's mind racing that maybe Quest Druid might be a thing, just because you could so quickly access a bunch of those 0-mana minions out of your deck. Because that was the big thing that was holding it back originally, right? Is that you played your Barnabas, but then essentially nothing happened. Everything that was available to you immediately, nothing changed. Your hand was exactly the same, the minion didn't do anything, and you just drew 1 card a turn that cost 0. Well, who cares? Like, if you're only drawing 1 card a turn that costs 0, then they might as well cost 10, because that's how much you're going to spend to cost it. Right. Yeah. But suddenly then the ability to just draw a bunch with Ultimate Infestation really just set off the alarm bells, and there is the Oaken Summons.
Which, if this pulls Crush Disciple, which I believe is the only minion it can pull, is a quest completion.
Yes, it is.
So Barnabas should be able to come out next turn. Now, the one big question mark I had about this deck against Warlock was, if you are pulling off your OTK with the charge minions and a Void Lord or multiple Void Lords is on the board, you have to be able to kill the first Void Lord and then Deathwing to push all of your charge minions through. Otherwise, you have to throw these charge minions that you're respawning into Voidwalkers. And sometimes the Warlock's going to be low enough for that to just happen anyway, and for you to get that done anyway. But even when you complete the combo, it's not guaranteed that you even win the game if the game is at that sort of situation.
And an important housekeeping note, because Odyssey has taken the slightly unusual stance of playing Skulking Geist in all of his decks, Ghost Arthur now does not have access to Naturalize anymore.
That's right. So he can't use Naturalize to kill off the Void Lord and then Deathwing to clear off his charges with his cubes and charge through without anything in his way.
Right.
Odyssey does get rid of some spells in his own deck, but he realizes that it's more beneficial to get rid of the Naturalizes because that's the one piece of Ghost deck that guarantees that that combo is going to be able to push through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes you can just kill the Void Lord anyway first, especially with charged Devil Swords, but not guaranteed.
Time waits for no one.
I don't think there's much to this play outside of does he attack in and where does hero power goes outside of playing Barnabas, but it's online.
I think my answer to that question is you hero power the 3/9 and you don't attack with the 5/5. Ghost disagrees.
I was thinking the same thing, if it makes you feel any better.
It does. Your validation means everything to me, TJ.
As it should. wonder if Odyssey has any experience playing against this deck.
No, 0.
Or if he had much time to think about the possibility of playing against this deck, considering he's been going through the lower bracket the past few days, and literally played the matchup before this one, so had about 10 minutes of time to look over and think through his strategy against Ghost.
Yeah, I was sat back in the player room just making a couple of notes just before I walked out here and saw Odyssey walk back in from his victory, sit down for probably about 30 seconds, and then be told that he had to, prepare himself and get on deck for this game.
Yep. And Oaken Summons will have no target to pull because Cursed Disciple is the only 4-drop in the deck, and both have been played. And Ghost has to think about, well, if I'm playing Ultimate Infestation next turn, I need to throw away some cards. So probably Oaken Summons Carnivorous Cube, since Skull Minari has much less value. Or not Carnivorous Cube, sorry, Corrosive Sludge.
I was going to say,
definitely not Cube.
Random Cube here would seem a bit suspect, TJ.
They're both green and icky. I confuse them in my head. The green ickiness. Picks up Faceless, another part of the combo assembled. He will have to throw away one of his cards next turn unless he picks up all of his combo pieces.
Right.
But he should pick up one of these 0-mana charge minions that he can throw away. Because all of the charge minions that he has, and he only needs one, or, well, he could use others, but only absolutely needs one, are still left in the deck, which is 2 Reckless Rocketeers, 2 Charged Devil Swords, and a Leroy.
I could actually see it being important to hold on to a bunch of them and play as many as you can in the same turn, because like you were saying, you actually have to allocate quite a lot of attacks on your OTK turn to get through a Void Lord and a bunch of Void Walkers. And doing so, over a course of turns gives your opponent a chance to counterplay and then just, play N'Zoth or Gul'dan to get more Void Lords back afterwards. So I could definitely see the merit in just having a hand full of 0-mana charge minions and just unleashing them all in one turn with your cube turn, but that's ambitious for sure. Gathering all of those things in your hand without overdrawing anything seems kind of tricky.
And you are going to have room to play everything because you're going to be Deathwinging everything away at the end of the turn anyway. So as long as you have room for cubes plus Faceless Manipulator for another cube, you're good to go. So the maximum damage is...
Good luck, TJ. Godspeed.
Well, it's 6 Charged Devil Swords, right? Because it's cube and then another cube and then a Faceless Manipulator. Theoretically, you could get 6 or full board of Charged Devil Swords.
What in that example, what did you cube with the second cube?
The second Charged Devil Sword.
Okay.
So you play 2 Charged Devil Swords, cube one, cube the other.
Sure.
Faceless one. You can also Faceless the other.
It's a lot more than 6 is the max, is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah. It's 8, I believe, is the max. But you can only have 7 on the board.
Right.
6 is the target, because that's just 2 cubes, 1 Faceless.
Yeah, sure.
Or you could have 1 cube, 2 Faceless. It all works the same. But the theoretical maximum damage is 49.
Time waits for no one.
Unless you count the other charge minions that you can play before you Deathwing.
No, it's the theoretical max is 42 because you'd have a Deathwing on the board when you Deathwing.
Ah, yeah, you'd have a Deathwing on the board. That's right. So only 6.
Yep. You were right the first time.
But you could also charge minion before that.
Yes.
Right? Because if you... so you only need what? You'd need 4 slots on the board for that? For all that to happen? Because you'd have 2 cubes, a Faceless, and another Faceless. So you'd have 4. Then you could charge 3 more minions.
Right. So you could charge all your Leroys and Recklesses first.
No, it would be 1 Leroy and 2 Recklesses.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
10 plus 6
right.
plus 42?
58.
58 damage! Theoretically.
Which is stopped in enormous chunks by 1/3 Void Walkers.
1/3 Void Walkers. And Sato can attest literally for the past 2 minutes while I was doing that. I didn't even look at the screen.
No, he didn't.
But not much is going on. I mean, Odyssey is just trying to get to the point where he plays as many Void Lords as possible to be able to Blood Reaver Gul'dan and exhaust them back. So
I was making as much polite eye contact as I could to TJ frantically trying to work that out while also trying to watch the game. It was kind of a tricky endeavor to undertake, I'm not gonna lie.
But until you assemble that entire combo, it's hard to juggle throwing away pieces that you don't need.
Right.
Is that enough? I don't think so.
Nope.
It'd be 3 Leroys, right? Or 2? 4? 4 Leroys? Because you could Leroy Cube Faceless and then Deathwing.
Yeah, it's really kind of
It's
crucial
24.
that he drew that Deathwing early because it prevents him from paying mana for anything else
Yeah.
in the combo leading up to it. So the fact that he then has that second cube in his hand that costs 5, that gives him an issue. So you made the point earlier, he can draw Kun to really reset all this. A 0 mana Kun can then give him 10 mana back so that he can spend mana on a minion and then still be able to play Deathwing at the end of the turn.
Okay, didn't matter. He didn't attack with the Barnabas, but Doomsayer is going to go off anyway, so next turn he'll be left with 2 8/8s. And theoretically, that's guaranteed lethal. I think it's guaranteed lethal anyway, because he's going to have 2 8/8s, which could attack the Void Lord, and then allow the combo to happen. Because now he's got cube, the 0 mana cube plus double Faceless.
2 Void Lords though, isn't there?
Oh, is there 2 Void
There's
Lords?
2 Void Lords, I think, in the Gul'dan, yeah.
And he could take out 1 with the Reckless Rocketeer, and 1 with the Hero Power. Oh no, because then he wouldn't have enough mana to Deathwing. So Kun would do it. So Kun does it.
I'm gonna trust you.
So a Reckless Rocketeer into 1 Void Lord, attack Barnabas into that Void Lord.
Gotcha.
Hero Power into the other Void Lord, and attack Barnabas into that Void Lord. Then you do your full combo, which is Leroy, cube that, double Faceless that cube. So now you have 5 minions on board. Then you Kun to reset your mana, Deathwing, and that's enough. Because that is 6 times 6, which is 36. He's at 34. He's done it! By golly!
He just killed both his charge minions.
He has another one! He's got it! He's done it! By golly, he's done it!
He's roping!
Uh-oh. If he doesn't get these attacks in,
there is so
there's an
much
animation
to resolve
Soddle.
still. There is so much still to resolve.
Soddle.
Oh!
The fist bump comes out! He got it! The Quest Druid takes the victory, and Ghost is 1 step closer to defeating Odyssey with his Megasaur.
And that was the deck that was the biggest question mark. I had, honestly, no confidence, no faith that that deck even works. I hadn't even seen it be executed like that. We had so many question marks about having to punch through a Void Lord first before you can, Deathwing all the 1/3s out of the way. How consistently could you do that? He managed to do it, and he managed to do it against a deck that Geists his Naturalizes as well, which makes the job even more difficult. So that just is a testament to how strong his lineup actually is against Warlock. And now we've seen 2 decks that we've already seen have success against Warlock come up.
My heart's racing. That would have been the most anticlimactic finish of my entire casting career. If he managed to get the combo off and then didn't get the charge attacks in before the rope happened,
Right.
I was standing up.
He actually was, yeah. I've never seen TJ that hyped or animated while casting. This is the one position that TJ normally casts from.
Yeah, all the time.